Live from London, this is BBC News. The Israeli military carries out a targeted raid, sending tanks into Gaza to prepare for future operations. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says more than 7,000 people have now been killed there, as UN agencies on the ground warn again about the consequences of running out of fuel. One other headline, a lockdown is extended in the US state of Maine as police hunt a gunman who's killed at least 18 people. Hello and welcome to Verified Live. The situation in Gaza is growing more desperate by the hour. Humanitarian supplies are critically low, and the Hamas-controlled health ministry says more than 7,000 people have now been killed in the intense bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Almost 3,000 of them are children. Well, let me show you some of the latest pictures showing the destruction in just parts of the Gaza Strip, because these pictures that you see there on the screen are from Al Yarmouk Street. That's right in the heart of Gaza City, and you can see from the drones just the extent of the damage. Now, the Israelis have said just in the last 24 hours they have hit 250 different Hamas sites, but this just the central part of Gaza City, and you can see just the scale of the destruction. And of course, I was just reading out some of the latest health ministry figures there from the Hamas-run ministry, saying that more than 7,000 people have been killed, and in terms of the breakdown, they were saying nearly 3,000 of those are children. And of course, the Israelis disputing those figures, pointing out that they are coming from Hamas, but that is certainly what health officials in Gaza are saying. So those just some of the latest pictures there on the screen. I want to also show you next the satellite images from Maxar Technologies, which show the area before October the 7th. So that's what it looked like nearly 3 weeks ago. And let's switch from those before October the 7th to these pictures there from afterwards, during the continued bombardment from the Israelis and some of the aftermath. And you can see there just the extent of the damage. So just some of the latest pictures, also the satellite imagery. Let me also show you the pictures from the Israeli military, because it carried out ground forces a significant incursion in Gaza to attack Hamas positions overnight. It released this video showing tanks and armoured bulldozer crossing that perimeter fence. The military also raised the number of people confirmed to be held hostage in Gaza to 224, saying that number could rise even further. So far, of course, 4 hostages have been released by Hamas, which is designated a terror organisation by the UK and many other countries. Well, a spokesman for the armed wing of Hamas has said today and claimed that as many as 50 of the hostages have been killed in Israeli airstrikes. There's been no evidence offered up to verify that claim, but that is the number that they are saying. Well, at least 1,400 people were killed in the October the 7th attacks. Meanwhile, today, a lot of focus at the UN. Aid workers say they've begun to significantly scale down their operations in Gaza as fuel reserves have almost run out. Israel says Hamas, though, is storing enough fuel to run hospitals and water pumps for many days, but it is keeping it all for their war-fighting capabilities. Well, let's turn to what we've heard in the last couple of hours from the UN General Assembly, because we've heard both from the Israelis and from the Palestinian ambassador there at the UN. So let's start there and hear what he had to say a little earlier.
You are setting us back